Hello. My name is Callista, and welcome back to the Sins of New Wells. In the last episode, we completed the first case. We saw someone rob a chicken shop, although it wasn't any ordinary chicken shop, it was a front for the mob. And they accidentally stole some drugs instead of some tasty chicken. Now we move on to this. I don't know what kind of animal this is, but I find it cute. I want one. Trouble Unleashed. A tragic day at the races. Game, you will... That was odd. We won't question it. Everything is fine. Okay. Hello. I mean, it said races. These clearly aren't horses. So are they some breed of dog? Oh, I want to know what kind of derpy dog this is. They're beautiful. Hello. Why have you been locked in with a broom? Are you okay? I'm sure you're fine. Where do we want to start? We'll start with you. Good thing we got here before they could get rid of the body. Find anything out, Roy? Looks like something happened at the office as well. I'll be damned. How'd they get past those two guards? I have theory. I'll have to check some details. Anything else? How'd your interviews go? It's interesting, Cliff. They're evasive, but I'm not sensing any outright lies. Except perhaps this vet business. Okay. A bloody lip. A gunshot wound. A key. 2 to 3 p.m, feed dogs. 3 p.m. onward, prep for race, then run errand for HB. Number 17 has become overly protective. Easier just to keep by my side at all times. Okay. Okay, so this is someone who worked at the races. Yeah, he's responsible for feeding the dogs. I do apologise. I don't know what's going on with my brain today. I don't know what's going on with it. But yeah, so he's responsible for like looking after the dogs and stuff. Running errands. So like maybe like a handyman? Okay. Oh, we've got a gun. The pistol has been recently fired. Lockpicks. Oh, okay. I mean, from this blood splatter, because it's all up the sleeve and on the. I'm thinking if you were stood, I'm acting this out. You all can't see, but I'm acting this out. If you were stood with your arm outstretched and you fired, you hit someone, would the blood splatter? I think it would splatter up the up your arm and across your side if you kind of at an angle. Like, if you were facing them straight on, then it'd splatter across your front. But if you were to the side and reaching out, maybe. So I think that this is the shooter's coat. Because here's the thing. If it's this guy's coat, that doesn't make any sense. Because he's been shot in the chest. He's been shot in the chest. Because that's a lot of blood. That's a big blood splatter. There's evidence that this guy's been in a fight because he's got a bloody lip. But I don't know, like, if this is his coat, he gets into a fight, I don't know what kind of injury you would have to do to someone to get a blood splatter like that's kind of sploosh, sploosh. That may not have made any sense to anyone, but it made sense to me. Like, I'm saying, if he was wearing this coat and he was in a fight, I don't think this blood splatter would make sense. But if it's the killer's coat, and they've dumped it because, oh, I don't want to be going around in a bloody coat, it makes a lot more sense for this to be the killer's coat than it for to be his coat. You would expect if the bullet went through, I think you would expect blood to be like on the very back, you know, seeping out. But you wouldn't expect blood here. Yeah, no. Also, that is, oh, I've been shot. Let me just take off my coat and just put it here. Like, that'd be a bit weird. That'd be a wee bit weird. Emergency release with blood. With blood. Zero. Okay, and there's like a drill. Okay, that's a box with bullets. You can see the bullet right there. 9mm, 60. Maybe it's saying like 60 shells and then 9mm. I don't know. Wire, microphone, like a movie reel. I don't know what this is. It's for measuring something, but I don't know what. Okay. Okay, anything else? Why can't we examine the dog? Why can't we examine you? You look cute. Ooh, okay. Okay, where do we want to start? We'll go from round here. Oh my god, they are adorable. I have no idea what kind of dogs these are, but I want Jess, Twizzle, Maggie, aww, Godsend. I want them all. I especially want you though. You look really cute. Look at that smile. Look at that smile. Callista, those teeth look very pointy and sharp. I don't care. Look at that smile. Oh. I loved. Oh, and there's some shit. Well, I mean, they're dogs. What do you expect? What do you expect? Okay. Then you. I got here after the race is finished. I saw the dogs had gotten out and knew something was wrong. That's when I found Leo like that. You look a little worse for wear yourself. Oh, this? You don't need to worry about me, officer. Just some roughhousing. Yeah, you've got... Do you have 2 black eyes or just the one? And I think that's a bruise right there. Ooh. Think of mark over here. Okay. Were you fighting? I mean, that's when I found Leo like this. Unless there's another body. He saw the dogs had gotten out. You knew something was wrong, so you're going to go to where the kennels are. This is clearly the kennels. I think that's the most logical thing. Oh shit, the dogs are out. I know something's wrong. So you go to where the kennels are to see what's happened, and then I found Leo like this. I think he's on first name terms with the deceased, potentially. Like I said, unless there's another body somewhere, I think this is probably referring to the dead guy. So you're not just like, you're not like a patron of the racetrack and you thought like, oh shit, why are the dogs out? I'm gonna go see what's going on. I think you're clearly like, you know Leo. I think most racetrack people, most people who were there just for like a good time, wouldn't know what the employees are called. I think you clearly know Leo. So in which case, have you had like a bus stop and the bloody lip that Leo has is actually a red herring? Like, you know, they know each other, maybe something happened. Oh, I don't know why, I don't like how you're treating such and such a person. Oh no, fuck you, blah blah blah. Like they had like a friendly spat. And the busted lip is a red herring. Or have you gotten into a fight with someone else? I don't know. Oh! White ties. Okay. I was with Leo before it happened. He told me to make the call that Zero was ready for pickup. Pickup? Oh, to take to the vet. Zera's one of our dogs. Very sick. You probably don't want to get too close. Well, Zera! Zera's the pet carrier with all this shit in it. Didn't you... I'm not sensing any outright lies except perhaps this vet business. Yeah, this reads like a lie. Oh, to take to the vet. Zero's one of our dogs. Very sick. You probably don't want to get too close. Don't look at the carrier. Don't look at the carrier. Well, that being said, like... I'm not sure why you would get quite so defensive about this stuff. Like, it's a drill. I mean, the bullet... I mean, they're just bullets. It's not like you've got a gun in there. They're bullets. A drill, some wire, a microphone, a movie projector reel, something for measuring something, like... I don't know why you'd get quite so defensive over stuff that you could buy in, you know, like... You could just go out and buy those items. Okay. Okay, Mr. One-Handed, I will get back to you. I'm always by Miss Bauer's side, and I don't talk to the police. Just for the record, can you tell me about the victim? Did he have any enemies, people who would wish him harm? Only time I left my post was to chase off a troublemaker while the race was happening. Is this your usual post? It is now. We had a break-in on Tuesday night, so we're not letting anything slide. We're keeping tight watch on this office day and night. Keep Andy's out, yellow jackets, work in pairs, stupid jerks, and your hand is bruised. And you have a... So how many people have been in fights? How many people have been in fights? I've got a shipment of 6 items going out to the new asset today. The usual method should work. Let him in for pickup at 3:45. I'll be out grabbing a seat. Also, if the blonde comes whining again, tell him to suck it up and keep working with the Tsar. If he can't defend himself against a one-handed man, that's his own damn problem. The Tsars are a useful part of this organisation. HB. Okay. Okay, once I have a lot of things going through my head right now. Is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay. So yeah, the method of... So, okay. So we have some kind of... Like, there is a connection to the Tsar gang. There's clearly a connection there. My thought is that if... So we have... Okay, I don't know how to word this. I'm having a moment. It's the fact that these items are completely mundane. They're completely mundane. The only vaguely dodgy one is the bullets, and I mean, a bullet on its own, it's not harmful. It's only when you put them in a gun that they become harmful, like... But like, so we have the usual method of shipping stuff out. So put stuff in the dog's crate, and then we can have someone come and pick it up. And then if anyone asks, like, oh yeah, I'm taking a sick dog to the vet. I'm taking a sick dog to the vet. Like, they're really sick, so you don't want to be taking too close a look at them. I mean, that would make sense. But it's a dog track. It's a dog track. Of course the dogs are going to need to go to the vet. No one's going to blink an eye at that. But why are you shipping mundane items? Like, if it was drugs or guns, if it wasn't bullets, if it was guns, I'd be like, yeah, this makes sense. If he can't defend himself against a one... So, yeah, that's clearly this guy. You don't look injured at all. You look all good. I think... I'm thinking in gangs. I would assume you would have hazing rituals and things like that. Like, oh, if you can beat this guy, then you'll be more respected. If you can beat this guy, then you'll be more respected. Blah, 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 blah. So maybe this was some kind of, like, you know, hazing ritual. Like, you have to fight one of our members. And he's picked, oh yeah, the guy with one hand. Which I'm thinking back to the past case, you know, we saw someone's hand. So I'm thinking it's highly likely you were at the chicken shop. Highly I mean, those are like fresh bandages. That's a thought. Oh shit, do the rules for like the order of cases, because they'd pop up on like various screens, but it was like if you went like this screen with this screen, like that was the order. Even if it was like, okay, this one's popped up, now this one's popped up, now this one's popped up, now this one's popped up, like the real like chronological order was bap 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 bap. I'm wondering if that applies to the DLCs or not. Or if they're automatically chronological or something else. I don't know. My gut is that this guy was probably present in the last case. Because they have very purposefully had his portrait with his arm up to show off the stump. If this guy was just he just had one hand, like maybe he was born missing a hand, you wouldn't have this up, you'd have it down. They're clearly drawing attention, this guy only has one hand, and we know that a member of this gang is missing a hand. So I reckon you were probably at that last case. Yeah, and you've probably taken part in some kind of hazing ritual, thinking, oh, I'll fight the one-handed guy, and he's kicked your ass. And now you're complaining to HB, saying like, oh, I've been beaten up by a one-handed guy. I've been beaten up by a one-handed guy. And HB is saying, well, that's his own damn problem. Okay. So I don't think we need to pay any attention to what's going on with this guy. I think you've been beaten up by him. Who've you been in a fight with? Oh. Hello. Okay, let's start with you. Oh. No, you don't. Not yet. Nothing is missing, just like last time. All they did was cause a mess. Any idea how they got in? No, I'm in here all day and keep it locked up when I'm not. Now, could you hurry this up, Detective? I have all my meetings in this office and your presence is not conducive to business. And you have a key and you've got a necklace with Jess on it. Okay. No more slums. Heritage building renovation plans. Moira promises, Hildegard delivers. Wednesday, meet with BRW. Bring Randy Walruses. Bring Randy Walruses. Meet with the Bring Randy Walruses board Heritage Project. Ensure Moira Meredith, absent. Thursday, meet with restaurant staff, restock, replenishment, and new security measures. I'm thinking this probably relates to the chicken shop. Because they're going to need to replenish their drug supply there. And they're probably going to be thinking, oh shit, you could just like... It was a snatch and grab job. That was so easy, we need to put in new security measures to stop that from happening. So sorry about the mess. Benny knocked over the plant, which hit the stuff off the shelf, but I gathered up all 7 items and nothing seemed broken. The lock is scratched and damaged. Okay, so this was these are all of the items that are in the dog box. Wait, no. 7 items. Benny knocked over the plant, which hit the stuff off the shelf. I gathered up all 7 items. We can see in the dust there are only 6. Okay. Bauer Restoration. Oh. BRW. It's not Bring Randy Walruses. Damn it. Was Bauer. Okay, that's... In... Bauer Youth Sports League. Wait, no, and... Hildegard. We have... HB. I'm Hildegard Bauer. Because that's you. That's you, 100%. Okay, so... Okay, so you're playing the role of like, oh, I'm an honest businesswoman. I've got this dog racing track. I have this youth sports league, this youth sports club. And from there, she's recruiting young people to join the SARS. That's probably where this kid has come from. Because you do hazing rituals on the new members of the club, of the gang. So she's got this sports club, and she's probably finding, right, who are the kids who are, you know, alone. They're loners. Maybe they don't have the best home life. And now we're going to give them these opportunities, and oh, you can just join this really neat gang. Like, they'll be your new family, and you can have all this money, blah, blah, blah. Okay. You probably came from this club. You're like a recent join, and you didn't expect to get hazed so hard. I think that's what's happening there. I think that's what's happening. I've been in here all day. I will say I did hear some people around the office area making a commotion. Did you hear what they were saying? One was hurling insults about Miss Bauer. Yep, Hildegard Bauer. Hildegard Bauer. Ah, right there, thank you. One was hurling insults about Miss Bauer, saying she ruined their business and that she's the mayor's pet. Insulting Hildegard Bauer here seems unwise and unwarranted. Miss Bauer is a hard worker and she always finds time to support her favourite girl. Question, what were the... One second, I want to see what the names of the dogs were again. That was Maggie. Twizzle. Jess. Okay, this is her favourite dog. This is her favourite dog. Okay. So this lady is saying like, oh, Miss Bauer's such a hard worker and, you know, oh, she always supports her favourite girl. So like she's saying, oh, she treats the dogs nicely. Okay. Friday races, 4:10 p.m, Arlec 02, Twizzle 24, Paddington 08, Jess 15, 4:50, Runner 21, Godsend 06, Maggie 18, Fastlegs 03. In reserve with Kennel Master, Benny 17, Blue 27. One second, because wasn't it... Where was it? Where was it? Benny. No. You had. Number 17 has become overly protective. Easier to just keep by my side. Okay, so Benny 17. So that guy got really friendly with Benny the dog. And now Benny just goes everywhere with him. Should we assume? Are you Benny? Is this? I can't see. No, right there. I think right there, because that's flat. That if that is a sleeve, that should be more rounded. So I think this. I think you're Benny, and I think you ripped this guy's sleeve. So I think. Okay, so I think what's happened here is that this guy got into a fight with whoever was in the blue coat. Benny jumps in like, hey, you're not going to hurt my man. You're not going to hurt my friend. And I think potentially, I think this guy managed to get Benny in the cage. This guy attempts to press the release like, no, let Benny out. Benny, come save me. Benny, come save me. And this guy jams the broom in to stop Benny from getting out. Benny's he's already managed to tear off some of his coat, but Benny's now stuck, and that means he doesn't have any backup, and he gets shot. I think that's kind of what's going on here. It's not the full picture. I'm well aware of that. It's not the full picture, but I think roughly that's what's going on here. I think that's Benny, and Benny and this guy were friends. I think. Roughly-ish. While I was waiting in line to make my bet, some guy in a big coat shoved past, calling out for Benny. Did he find him? I don't know. He searched for a moment, then suddenly ran off towards those wooden gates. Newell's dog track racer Godsend 06 to win stake 5 thalers. A subsidiary member of Bauer National. Okay, anything. I don't think there's anything else here. Alright, hello. I took a hit for that guy. Hope he got what we came here for. Now I've just got to collect myself and keep away from those cops. Ooh. One second. There was something about yellow jackets. Keep Andias out. Yellow jackets work in pairs. Hope he got what we came here for. Now I've just got to collect myself and keep away from the cops. Okay. So you didn't see anything? Not at the kennels, I must apologise. I did see 2 men running away from the office. Then someone else went up to the door a little bit later. Could you describe the person? Not really. I was distracted by the sound of the race starting and that lovely polka-dotted dog. I had good money on her. Okay. Also, oh, look at that. Look at that car. Tiger with a lion's mane. Okay. Okay, and then, hello. I almost didn't see you up here. Do you know anything about what happened? I've just come down from the north side of town and don't know much about this place, but I think someone in a big coat entered the kennels. Ooh, hello, there's blood there. The 3-day cassette tape is full and also has blood on it. We have rolls, we have the theft, we have the death. Okay. Okay. So I'm thinking, how many people... Yeah, you haven't been in any fights, and neither have these two. I think that's kind of what I want to look at. How many people have been in fights? So these two. You haven't. I think you technically have, but you came out on top, and I think you were hazing this guy. Then we have you have a bloody lip. And then I mean you look fine, but the fact that you are all the way over here on your own, you have a cassette tape with blood on it. Then, oh, there goes my timer. But yeah, this guy is suspicious. This guy is extremely suspicious. 3-day cassette tape. That is very specific. The 3-day cassette tape. And it's full. Okay. Right, You're clearly an Andia. You're clearly an Andia. And someone... I heard some people around the office making a commotion. We have from this lady that she saw, this lady here, that she saw 2 people dicking about the office, and Andias work in pairs. And that would, oh, she ruined their business because the Tsars replaced the Andias. So this would make sense. So the Andias rocked up, and so this guy got in a fight with this guy. The only time I left my post was to chase off a troublemaker. Tuesday night. What day is it today? What's the day today? Friday. Tuesday night to sometime on Friday. That is 3 days. Tuesday night to sometime on Friday. That is 3 days. You're not wearing a yellow jacket. Then again, if they know that Andias wear yellow jackets, going in yellow jackets would be a little silly. Hope he got what we came here for. So from the sounds of, so this, yeah, the only time I left my post was to chase off a troublemaker. So what's giving me pause here is this, then someone else. I did see 2 men running away from the office, then someone else went up to the door a little bit later. To me, that implies they're 2, like, you would say, like, oh, then one of them came back. If it was the same as this, you would say, oh, then one of them came back. You wouldn't say, then someone else went up to the door. But to me, it sounds like, I think these 2 were working together. Something happened on Tuesday. Something happened on Tuesday. That is 3 days ago. And you have a 3-day cassette. And you're saying down here, hope he got what we came here for. I don't know if this guy is an Andia, or maybe like he's just this guy's friend and he's like, right, I'll help you out. But I think these two are working together. And then this guy gets into a fight with this guy, leads him away. He comes in, picks up the cassette, and then he starts to run off. He's legging it over this way. Maybe he's gonna hop a fence. I don't know, but I think that's what's going on here. But again, that brings us to the question of what's happening over here. How did this guy die? What happened here? You're always by Miss Bauer's side. Miss Bauer. 1 second, which Miss Bauer likes Jess. So yeah, I'm thinking if Miss Bauer is watching the race and you're always by Miss Bauer's side, okay, so you're accounted for. You were fighting him, leaving this building empty. I get this. This doesn't bring us any closer to what we actually need to know, though. Do we have... And then we have this. I gathered up all 7 items. Stuff got knocked off the shelf, but there are only 6 items on the shelf. Here's my thought. Someone's clearly tried to pick this lock. However, we can see here the window's been smashed. So when was... Nothing is missing, just like last time. All they did was cause a mess. So I think... No. So I put things together. I'm sorry. Okay, nothing is missing, just like that. So I'm thinking... No. Wait. Does that make sense? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Okay, so on the Tuesday, someone breaks in through the window. Actually, no, they must have broken out through the window. Because the glass is on this side. If they had broken in, the glass would be here. That is odd, though. That is odd. If this happened on Tuesday, why would you not clear up the glass? Like, yeah, you don't have time to fix the window. Okay, I get it, but why would you keep the glass out? Maybe because it's in an area that no one goes. It's behind the cigarette, billboard. But whatever. The thing that nothing is missing, just like last time. So someone breaks in on Tuesday, but nothing was taken. But we have a 3-day cassette tape. So nothing went missing, but I think something was planted. Something was planted, and then they came back for it. And again, this guy it lures this guy away with a fight, so you can go in and pick the thing up. Hold the phone. Hold the phone, because this I'm pretty sure is blood. This I am pretty sure is blood. This is more brown. This looks more like dirt. Here's my... If this has blood on it, then that would mean it was in this location. Big coat full of lockpicks. And we know that someone has picked this lock. Because we have this thing like, oh, there were 7 items on the shelf, but clearly there weren't, because there's only 6 spaces in the dust. However, there is dirt all over the floor. Yeah, that's too red to be dirt. This is too brown to be blood, or fresh blood at least. I'm thinking. Could the cassette have been hidden behind here? Could it have been hidden in the corner of the room behind the plant pot? And then everything falls, so it gets covered in dirt, and it's under here, and whoever wrote this note, they were just tidying stuff up and they find it and are like, oh, it must have been on the shelf, because where else would it have come from? Benny follows the guide. Benny, okay. I think I've got something. Okay. Yeah, they're friends. They're friends. He's got his prep work to do. So he's doing his prep. He's bringing Benny with him because Benny isn't running today. No. Let me in. Benny's in reserve. So theoretically, Benny isn't running. That means Benny and, this guy. God, we had his name. No. Let me out. Leo. I think it's Leo. So we know that Benny and Leo can just chill out together. And he's got prep work. Run errand for HB. Not you. Here. $3:45. When was yeah, at 4:10. Jess is running. We know that Jess is Hildegard's dog, or her favourite dog at least. So yeah, she's told him, A, gather all of this stuff together and put it in the box. So he's running this errand, and he's bringing Benny with him because Benny's in reserve, so therefore he shouldn't be needed. So he goes into here, and Benny gets excited, knocks over the plant, knocks all the stuff off the shelf, and it all comes down here. I reckon the cassette was hidden behind here. It was hidden in the corner. And so the dirt goes on it, the stuff falls. And Leo just thinks like, oh, this is all stuff that was together. And he brings it here. He brings it all here because these are his errands. Meanwhile, this guy, and I think it has to be you. You have the cassette player. You have the cassette player. I think 3 days ago they broke in, they left it behind the plant pot. They've now come to get it back. So he gets this guy, lures him away. This guy... If you've just come down from the north side of town and you don't really know what's happening, how do you know anything about anyone in a big coat? How do you know anything about this? If you're all the way over here and you've just come down, how would you know anything about someone in a big coat? Unless you yourself were wearing a big coat with some lockpicks in it that you've had to ditch because it's covered in blood. You don't want that evidence on you. Because someone else said something about a coat. I swear down, someone said something about a coat. Some guy in a big coat. Yet all of the action is happening over here. All of the action is happening over here. If you've just come down and you're chilling out in this side of this side of the track, how would you know anything about a person in a big coat? I think you've tipped your hand here, mate. I think you've tipped your hand here. So I think this guy lures this guy away. This guy comes in, picks the lock, is searching for the thing, the cassette, and realizes like, oh shit, it's not here. Then how does... How does he know where it ended up? Wait, what were you saying? What were you saying? While I was waiting in line to make my bet, some guy in a big coat shoved past, calling out for Benny. He searched around for... Okay. So he reads the note. This guy reads the note and sees Benny knocked over the plant. So he comes out here like, Benny, Benny. And then he looks at the screen. In reserve, Benny 17, and he realises, oh, Benny's not a staff member. He's one of the dogs. And if he's in reserve, then surely he's going to be at the kennels. And so he runs for the wooden gates, for the kennels, runs off. And then I think a fight breaks out. Benny's ripping his sleeve, trying to like, no, stop hurting my friend. Benny gets shoved in the cage. This guy, he's been in a fight, he's a bit bloody. He reaches for the emergency exit, for the emergency unlock. But this guy, shoves the Brune in, shoots him, grabs the thing, pisses off. I think. Yeah, and at some point, these guys rock up, and they go down to pick the stuff up, and they find the body. Have we been told who called it in? That's a thought. Have we been told who called the thing in? The body in? I don't believe so. No outright lies. I think someone in a big coat entered the kennels. That is technically true. If you were in the big coat, then, I think someone... You're not saying I saw someone in a big coat enter the kennels. You're saying I think someone in a big coat entered the kennels. It's not technically a lie. It's being evasive with the truth, but it's not technically a lie. Okay. Okay, so I think... Right, the kennel master, I think, is the dead guy. Then the track owner is you. Northsider. By that, do you mean... This is the only guy who's mentioned being from the north, so I think... Favourite girl is Jess. That was... I think Jess was the one digging. Yeah, Jess is the digger. Bodyguard, and yeah, so you're the bodyguard, you're the door guard. Benny is you. And... I think they're both Tsars, but I think this guy is lower in the organisation. I think he's still being hazed. Sorry. Everyone is correct. Okay. Okay. On Tuesday, a member of the Andia... Do we have Andia? Right there. Andia gang... I'm thinking broke into the building. Office, there we go. The office. They... Do we have stole? And do we have nothing? Yep. They stole nothing, but left a tape recorder to... I mean, here's the thing. Hildegard has used the mayor taking out the Andias to further her own business interests. They were saying, God, was it here? Yes, she ruined their business. And now she's technically working with the mayor. But left a tape recorder to... I'm thinking record. Wait a minute. No. Meet with Bauer Restoration Works, not bring Randy Walruses. That makes me sad. But she's meeting with the Bauer thing. So her own business interests, considering she's Hildegard Bauer and this is Bauer Restoration Works. So she's meeting with her own company, ensuring that the mayor is absent. So they're probably going to be discussing illegal stuff. They're going to be discussing things that the mayor might find distasteful. So do we have meeting? There we go. I think they stole nothing but left a tape recorder to record the track owners' meetings on Friday at... Okay, so it must be... 1 second, oh God, where was it? Let him in for pickup at 3:45. I'll be out grabbing a seat. And the race starts at 4:10. Okay, so what? It's either 3:45 or 4:10. It was when the race started. Where's the dog with the polka dots? Twizzle. Was Twizzle running this race? 4:10. So at 4:10, so this must be the track owner and the bodyguard were busy. I'm watching Jess run. Do we have Jess? Jess. race. There we go. One member of the Andia gang distracted the... That's a mistake. There we go. The track owner and the bodyguard were busy watching Jess race. One member of the Andia gang distracted the door guard while the other tried to... I'm thinking collect? We don't have retrieve. That was my initial thing. So collect. Collect the tape recorder. Everything is correct. Okay. On Friday at such a time... Okay. This is collecting items. This is collecting items, so this is 3 p.m. you were going to run the errand. So at 3 p.m. the kennel master went to collect clearly he was only supposed to take 6 items, but he ended up taking 7. Okay, collect 6 items from the... I'm going to say office. That could also be shelf. After Benny... I think he knocked the plant down. Knocked the plant down. The kennel master left with 7 items. The 7th object was a tape recorder, which had been in, I think, beside. Well, I think it was like behind. I think it was like behind the plant pot, and then when Benny like rammed into it, it kind of got pushed forward and then got covered in dirt, and then he was like, "Oh, I've found this in the dirt." Like, it clearly was probably supposed to be on the shelf. Like, I think that's what happened. The plant. Where's the plant? There we go. At around... Oh, God, when was it? Because I think this is them coming to try and get it. So, 4:10. The... I think we want Northsider. I was going to say Andia, but he's being identified as the Northsider. So I think the Northsider, he saw the note. He saw the Kennel Master's note and went looking for... Well, I mean, he was shouting for Benny. He was shouting for Benny, and then he saw the thing and he was like, oh shit, Benny's a dog. When he saw that... Oh, hello. He saw that Benny was a dog. He went to the kennels while... I do apologise if you could hear an alarm in the background. I believe that is the fire alarm. It is slightly on the puts right now. Please ignore that. I don't know if that's going to come through on the recording, but it's just distracted me. Oh, God. That has completely thrown my train of concentration. While... No, fighting wouldn't make sense. I'm thinking this is the North Sider shot the Kennel Master. This I'm not sure about, though. While blank over the blank. No. Fighting. 2 or fewer. Okay. Okay. Right. At 3 p.m, we have the note saying that he was going to run the errand at 3. The Kennel Master went to collect 6 items from the office. Yeah. After Benny knocked the plant down, the Kennel Master left with 7 items. The 7th object was a tape recorder that had been... There goes my timer. That had been beside the plant. At around 4:10, the North Sider saw the Kennel Master's note and went looking for Benny. When he saw that Benny was a dog, he went to the kennels. While fighting over the tape recorder, the North Sider shot the Kennel Master. I feel quite confident with both paragraphs, so now I'm just kind of like, oh shit, where did I go wrong? Where did I go wrong? I mean, we know that he tried to collect at 4:10, and we have the note saying it was 3, so I think the times are correct. And again, I feel quite... He saw the note, he's thinking, oh shit, Benny's got the recorder. But then he saw that Benny was a dog, so he went to the kennels. And then there was a fight. There was clearly a fight. And then he ended up shot. The Kennel Master ended up shot. Yeah, he went to collect 6 items. He ended up leaving with a 7th. Benny did knock over a plant. Could it not have been beside? Maybe it was in the plant. Oh. Or maybe under it? No, 2 or fewer. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Could that be... Okay, so that... Okay. I guess 3 p.m. At 3 p.m. onwards. Maybe it was... One second, did that... Okay. Yeah, I think it might have been in the plant pot. There we go. Everything is correct. There we go. You have solved the scenario. To get dirt on the Bauers, 2 members of the rival Andia gang planted a recording device in Hildegard's office. When they returned to collect it 3 days later, it had been mistakenly moved to the kennels as part of a secret delivery. During the struggle to take back the recording device, one of the Andias shot Leo, the Kennel Master. Miss Bauer, this project continues to show promise. Our new friend's offer of power seems to have been more than just an attempt to save his own life. And to think, if he hadn't hit your restaurant, the Andias may have been the ones to found him. Communication has been somewhat tricky. Although he doesn't look it, he is speaking Lemurian, but it sounds like some ancient version of what I speak. Luckily, his Albonian... Yeah, Albionian is improving every day, so we can often meet in the middle. I know we haven't been able to get 0 moved out yet, but we're ready to continue to phase 3, let's try that again. I know we haven't been able to get 0 moved out yet, but we're ready to continue phase 2 testing of the Disarranger as soon as you are. Pouty. Ooh. Mr. Pouty, your update is appreciated. The Andias may not have gotten their hands on him, but what they did get from us endangers our whole operation. If our naive benefactor learns what we've been doing, things will sour very quickly. I will bring the supplies myself. Keep an ear to the ground. If we see any signs that she knows, phase 2 testing will need to be done on an accelerated schedule. HB. Well, again, I don't want to see this. Okay. Okay, very interesting. Yeah, the second case definitely ramped up in difficulty there. Okay, and I like that. I like them getting steadily more and more challenging. In the next one, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, but we shall hopefully find out in the next episode. So until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. A special thanks to my channel members such as SM2K and Christopher K. Davis. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching and see you in the next episode.